use masks to do some of the work because we've got the Atherton logos there, and then they're measured. So the single lines that you can see at the bottom and the top, they give me a center line for the actual graphic, so that when we're lining them up on the down tube of the mountain bike, we can actually get them in line. And then the distance from the front of the mask to the front letter is a measured distance so that we get them in the same position every time. So they get cut on this machine over here. So the blade will follow that red line exactly, and that will then cut into the film there. Where all the plastic is left behind, so all these areas here, is the mask, and then where all the white is where the paint will go. So as you paint the logo on, the paint will stay on there, and you remove the mask to save the rest of the graphic basically. So that's the way that these work. So this works for engine covers, obviously for logos on bikes, for pretty much everything. But it means that all the Atherton logos are painted on, and they're not stickers. So that's a key thing of what we do as well. We don't do stickers, we do painting. Because we need to be able to pick that up without it distorting. So this is just a clearish tape. We just cut a section off that, stick it on there, and then now when we lift that off, it'll all stay in place and won't crease or fold or go all misshapen on us. We can lift that off, transfer it across, put that on the bike, and then we remove the clear film to expose the open area of the mask basically. It's not bumpy when you run your hand over an Atherton bike, it's almost perfectly flat. So what we're doing here is evenly putting the graphic down so that there's no air bubbles on where the graphic is, that would let the paint go underneath it basically. And then the next thing is to remove the transfer film, which we put on upstairs. And then that's done. And then we'll flip it over and do the other side. So what you probably can't see on the camera is we've got two cutout lines on this transfer on the mask that we line up with lines we put on the frame or whatever we're lining it up with, depending on whether it's a motorcycle or a bicycle we're painting. So we make line up marks so that we can get everything in the right position and laying down properly. So the logos on this particular bike and most bicycles are slightly high around the tube, so that when they're in their normal stance position, sat on their wheels, they're lower eye level than most. So you're looking down at the Atherton logo. So that slight height on it, it's only like a couple of mil, makes it just more visible basically. That's it, ready for the booth. So now we've put the paint on, we've given the paint 10 minutes to cure, and then we're going to remove the mask to reveal the paint. And then with these peel-offs, wording generally has a direction that works best. This one is from the end of the word backwards. Seems to peel off easier. And again, we'll start at the top of this one because the wording is the other way round. And then once we've got all this off, we'll wipe it over with a tack rag to remove all of these edges you can just about see. So you can see the edges there, where it's just a little bit of lift, and that's where the paint sits up against the... So you put the mask in on top of the paint, it sits up against the mask in there and creates a bit of a bridge. So when we remove the mask, it leaves an edge on there, but we'll grab the tack rag now and we'll wipe that off. We'll start with this side. Again, you can just see little lines on the edges, and then means when the bike is lacquered and the carbon is protected, you also don't have a step with where the lettering is. So now we're going to protect that, and we'll do the painting of the titanium and move on to the rest of the bike.